We are live. We're streaming, guys. We are here. Welcome to ATX Homegirls. We are so excited about this live stream because, in the spirit of December and all things holiday, and especially volunteering, I think this is such a core thing in a big part of our culture that we really wanted to talk a lot about volunteering and obviously market stuff and home stuff because we are realtors after all. But before we do get into it, let's start with our introductions. Melissa, do you want to go ahead and go first?
Sure. So I am Melissa Hudson. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm a realtor, and you know who we are. We are your homegirls, right? Your real estate homegirls.
Yep.
So happy holidays, everybody.
I know, happy holidays. And guys, I'm Liza Brazel, also a realtor. We do bring these live streams. We did aim for every third Wednesday, just this month is a bit off, but we are bringing it to you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Melissa, what do you think we should jump into first? You want to jump into the volunteers? What are we feeling like discussing first? The volunteers?
Let's talk about the volunteer stuff, and then we can go into the numbers that we're talking about, and then we can end with like maybe things to do for the month.
Absolutely. Things to do. And then one last thing, I think we should probably also discuss predictions out there in the market. I think a lot of people are very eager to know what that outlook, what the predictions are going to be. So we'll definitely throw that into the bunch.
Can I tell them something?
Yes, girl. This is a live
guys. Liza and I are not in our houses, obviously, because this is a cool picture that I don't have in my house. But if I point my finger this way, that's where Liza is, and if she points her finger,
the
other way.
Wait, this is mirrored, by the way. So she, just a quick little snippet. We had attended a mastermind together, and we're like, how are we going to do this live stream? There's no way we're going to make it back home on time and, do our setup. So we stopped like 12 minutes down the road to a title company, and we set up in two separate rooms because there was feedbacks. So that was a bit of a little bit of a struggle there, and trying to figure out that issue. But she went to a different room. I'm in the separate room, but it's funny, we're in the same place together doing this live
stream. I can hear her talking over there, by the way, and she can hear me talking.
So sorry if y'all hear that echo. Whoops, no. But anyways, okay, let's jump into the volunteering, guys. This is so important. So if you guys are feeling in the volunteering spirit, in the donation, anything you want to do to help in the community that we live in here in Austin and the surrounding areas.
Yes.
We have a few suggestions for you if you're interested. So I'm going to jump into this real quick. Give me a minute.
You got
I'm
this,
going to start with Austin Habitat for Humanity. Guys, if you have not volunteered to help build a home to a family in need, this is such a fantastic place to do so.
I agree.
And be prepared. By the way, when I did this last year, I still have yet to do it for this month, but when I did this last year, they're going to put you to work. All right. I'm talking about you're chopping some wood, throwing it out there, putting some shingles on. I mean, you're doing some heavy lifting. Be prepared to burn some calories. Make sure you're hydrated because they will put you to work. But again, it's all for a good cause, for a family in need. You're doing this for a family, a whole family, right? That they just don't have the means. This is a great way to volunteer your time. And also you get to learn a few skills. I don't know, Melissa, do you have anything to say about this project in particular for Austin Habitat for Humanity?
Although you're building a house for a family, for a project like this, for a volunteer project like this, you are going to get more out of it than you think you are. Mm-hmm. Even though you're giving your time, what you receive from it is far more than you could ever imagine. It's a very worthy cause.
Very, very much so. I mean, I think for anybody, and I'm just going to say this just from a personal standpoint, if you're in a funk, I'm just going to say this, like, there's nothing better that you can do than to give. I'm telling you right now, even if you want to right now and you're in great spirits, I think that's great. You're volunteering, but also it works wonders. If you're in a funk, I don't know, something's going on, please just volunteer your time and do something that's, how do I put it? It's very filling. it's the gift that keeps on giving for real. Like it really is fulfilling to do this for someone else, and it'll get you out of that funk.
Yes.
So let me just scroll down. What I'm going to do too, Melissa, what do you think about? I can include all of these links in our YouTube live description. Whenever
Yeah.
we end this live stream, we'll include all of these links so you guys can go
A
to,
great idea.
and you can find ways to volunteer. As you see here on the page, there's individual volunteers. There's also group volunteering. So if you guys, I think this is great, by the way. If there's a team of you guys, if there's a group of friends, you can do the group volunteering as well. I think that would be so much fun. And also, there's youth volunteer opportunities as well. So if you guys are interested in this seems to resonate with you, like vibe with you, please
Yeah.
check out this link and consider ways of getting involved, or also you can donate. Let's move on to the next one here. I have,
And some of these will have like closed, but we're still going to mention them maybe for next year.
yeah,
Meaning some of the volunteer services for these particular um, nonprofits have closed, like their volunteering portion, but all year round you can give to them monetarily, and then you can always look to plan something for the follow for next season.
yeah, and we'll give you a heads up on when we do get to that one. I think one specifically that I'm aware of is Brown Santa, that I think they closed on their applications for volunteering. But here's another one, Mobile Loaves and Fishes.
I
Uh,
love this one.
yes, this is, oh my gosh, they've done such a fantastic thing, especially with Community First. I think it's awesome what they've done, and I'll show you guys here in a minute. When
Y'all,
you
it's a tiny house community. It's so
it
cute.
is. It's an awesome community. Fantastic what they've done. By the way, when you go to this link for Mobile Loaves and Fishes, it's super easy to navigate. You just scroll down. There's many ways that you can serve for volunteering, and also obviously there are a lot of these places you can also make donations to. But
Mhm.
I think it's something different about actually helping in the community. Look at these fantastic pictures. You have all these youth groups. You have uh, uh, adults that have volunteered here, and then also friends and big communities that have just gotten together to volunteer and make an impact. Look at what they've done. Look how many meals they have served, all the hours and all these
But
volunteers. It's amazing what this organization has done. And also, look at this: 343 formerly homeless neighbors now living at home in a Community First Village. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you what that community looks like.
it's so awesome,
Look
guys.
at
Look at
this.
it.
Yeah. It's off of, correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa, it's off of Hawkeye, right? If I remember correctly, the name of the street, it's off of Hawkeye Road in East Austin. There are a bunch of tiny homes that are now housing all of these folks that were formerly homeless or not homeless. And they get involved in that community as well. They're also they're active, right? They're also volunteering. They're cleaning up. They have their own organization going on. It's just beautiful to see. But if you're curious about this is the other link that I'll put in here. Look at this big organization. Look at that. 300
51 acres, guys. That's huge.
acres. Oh, and it is, yeah, it's on Hawkeye Road in East Austin. So it's 350 formerly homeless neighbors. And look at this beautiful community that they've done right here.
I think they even have vendors there. Like it's just a really cool place to visit, to support them, and do a tour. I think you guys would find it very eye-opening to see what happens when a community and an idea comes together to house the homeless. So it's just, I think it's an awesome nonprofit.
Exactly.
I think they're also growing too. I think they're
Yeah,
getting bigger.
they're definitely expanding. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. Check out the site. Let me jump into the next one here. We have another one here. I think this is so cool. Church Under the Bridge. I personally haven't been to this to witness, but I've heard so many great things about it, and I'm curious. I want to definitely go to one of these sessions. Melissa, I don't know if you've gone before, but guys, if you are interested, there's Church Under the Bridge in Austin by Mission Impossible. Let me scroll in here. Here are the program details. They have it, it looks like every Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And here are the recurring needs. So it does tell you on the site, sleeping bags, monetary donations. It tells you on there what they definitely need so you can help in that way if you want to contribute. So definitely check this out. Melissa, do you have anything to say about this one on Mission Impossible Church Under the Bridge?
No, other than it's awesome, and I've taken my kids in the past to serve meals. I have been to one or two of them in the past. I think it's another worthy mission, the Mission Possible. I love their name, by the way. Instead of Mission Impossible, it's Mission Possible.
Oh my gosh, did I say Mission Impossible?
No, you didn't, but
Okay, I was
I
like,
just
oh
like it. I like their name. So you would be really surprised how much of the elderly is out there homeless. Like, uh, this gives them hope. It gives them community. It gives them fellowship and worship. And I'm all about that. So another worthy nonprofit. And it's a good one to do in the holidays with your kids, especially when they have time off. Like if you have a home church, maybe you even go afterwards because they're there till 2. So when I took my kids, they were really young, and it was very eye opening for them, and they still remember it. So
awesome.
another good one.
It's a great experience for sure.
Mhm.
So, and it doesn't have to be just during the holidays, by the
Yeah.
way. I mean, we just chose this specific live stream to put out there ways that you can volunteer, contribute, donate, but this is recurring year round. It's just something, just some thoughts out there if you ever wanted to volunteer, contribute in any way. Let me go to the next one here. I have Blue Santa. And this is by the Austin Police Department, Operation Blue Santa. Also, this site here, it does have ways that you can volunteer, and they make it super, super, super consumer friendly here to just go on the site and click on this link here to volunteer, or you can also donate by clicking the green link here. And there's so many ways that you can get involved. Similarly, with Brown Santa. Now, with Brown Santa, let me share that screen real quick. They have stopped, if I remember correctly, where was this at? They're no longer taking applications for volunteers. So if you see here, volunteer applications have closed for the year. Thank you for your support. So that's awesome. That's a good problem to have. Not even a problem. It's just it's great that so many people have already volunteered to Brown Santa. But what you can do, if you go on this site for Brown Santa and you scroll all the way to the bottom, they have 2 ways that you can send a monetary donation, or you can go to their Amazon wish list and order from the items that they're needing. So I think that's a great way to also contribute. And in that sense, if you wanted to still be involved with Brown Santa, this is another great way.
And y'all, it's for the kids. Like,
No.
you want the kids to have a Christmas, even if it's just one gift. So anyway, that warms my heart that the volunteer opportunity is full, but that doesn't mean they aren't still open to the donations or helping a kid's wish come true for Christmas.
Exactly. I think it's such a great way to give. And oh my gosh. And even if you wanted to get involved, there's one more that I couldn't find the site to. And I'll have to get more information if you guys are really curious about it, and I'll put it in the description, but I don't have the site for this. It's for STW, and they have where they're also wrapping and handing toys to the soldiers. They're having December 14th and December 15th. So on December 14th, it's at Camp Mabry from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And also the following day on December 15th from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. at Camp Mabry, they are wrapping and handing toys. So if you want to get involved in that way, I will put more information in the description for this YouTube live stream. So just hang tight on that one. I didn't want to forget on that end. Moving on to the next one, I have Austin Pets Alive. Guys, oh my gosh. By the way, I have a confession because I don't have any.
Did you get a cat?
No, I know I did not. I'm so.
I've been talking about this, y'all, for a long time. She still don't have a cat.
Talking about this, I don't have any pets. I don't know. I'm being vulnerable right now. I have attachment issues. So when I have a pet, it's like I don't want anything bad to happen. And I think that's been my issue getting pets. And maybe I'll work through that. Maybe that'll be a goal for me, like work through that issue and adopt a pet or get a pet. Because I visited this place twice already recently. And you don't know how bad.
I didn't know that, Liza.
Yes.
I know.
And Brian went with me as well. Oh my God. Seeing all the pets there, I loved on all the cats because I specifically wanted to get a cat. And I also walked around where the dogs are at. Guys, if you can volunteer, and this is going to be one that I'm going to volunteer to this year. If you can volunteer, please consider making a donation or I don't know, find what here. Look, let's go through it together. Here's the site. Here's volunteering and the ways that you can volunteer, about volunteering, group tours and volunteering. And this is how it helps them out. So you can sponsor a kennel and do monetary donations. Ask them if you want to go. If you want to go in person, ask them how you can volunteer. Do so. It's such a great way to get involved and help the pets out there. I don't know, Melissa, do you know anything more about Austin Pets Alive? Because this is like the first time that I've been twice recently back to back that I'm just like, okay, I need to find out more about what I can do to help them out. So if you have anything to say, please share it because I think this is a wonderful organization to also get involved in.
Okay, so one of the things that we started doing probably about 2 years ago is after we're like purging our closets, getting rid of things in our house, things we no longer use, we were religiously going to Goodwill. We no longer go to Goodwill because Austin Pets Alive has a thrift store and they take donations. So
I didn't know that.
This we are religious now about taking our donations to Austin Pets Alive thrift store. People shop there. The money they make goes directly back to Austin Pets Alive. So maybe this year after holidays when you're purging, or maybe before the end of the year to get your tax write-off slip, go through all your things, the things you don't need. They take everything, guys. They take everything. So please consider donating to their thrift store, and their website will have their locations there. I want to say it is, I want to say it's off of Burnett Road or something like that. But I'm trying to get the right address. 5801 Burnett.
I had no idea about that, Melissa. And see, this is why I love everybody. I think almost everybody. I don't think this is a Mexican thing because I always say it's a Mexican thing, but it's not. In my family, growing up at least, always before the new year started, we would go through all of our stuff and purge. Like, what is it that didn't serve you that you're not using? That you're just let's start fresh with the new year. And I'm almost positive it's not just us. I think a lot of people do this. So if you're wanting to get a head start on that before the new year and purge, consider donating that to Austin Pets Alive instead of Goodwill.
It's called Austin Pets Thrift.
Austin Pets Thrift. You know what? Let me pull it up. Give me a second here. Austin Pets Thrift.
Oh, it's called Pets Alive Thrift.
Okay, hold on.
Pets Alive Thrift.
That will be another.
Austin Pets Alive Thrift.
All right, Austin Pets Alive Thrift. I will pull that up.
And I have one on Burnett, one on Old Turf, and one on 51st.
Let me share. Look at this, guys. I just pulled it up. Can you see my screen, Melissa?
Not yet. Share it.
Let's see. I'm gonna.
Oh, there it is. It's coming up.
Awesome.
There it is.
So, wow, I had no idea about this. So, look, guys, you want to purchase your start 2024 nice, so fresh and so clean. Well, there you go. This is a good way for a good cause to do it here. So they can sell these items if you see here in this picture, and all of the donations and proceeds go back into helping these cute little fur babies. I think this is a good cause. Look at that. They have one on Burnett. If you're up north, if you're off of Old Torf, they have one on West Old Torf, and then they also have one off of 51st. So 3 locations, no excuses, guys. Now I'm gonna have to. I just purged, and I feel so bad about this. I just purged.
Did you just drop your stuff off to Goodwill, Liza?
I did. Oh my God, how do you know me? You know me so well. I did. I purged last night, and it felt so good. And I went ahead and made that donation over to Goodwill. But now I know if you guys need, I don't know. If you're kind of like wishy-washy about it, get with me or get with us and we'll help sort that out. I definitely want to get involved and help them out as much as I can. So this is one great way to do it through Austin Pets Alive. I did not know that, Melissa. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. And y'all, we chose this topic just because, yes, we're recapping the year, but 'tis the season. December is like a lot of reflection, a lot of giving back, a lot of like, what have I done with my year? And it's, Christmas isn't always about receiving. And You just feel better giving. And sometimes people can't give monetarily, but they can give their time. So that's why we thought about volunteer opportunities. um, December is really highlighted for volunteer things, but consider doing it throughout the year or making it a part of something that you and your family do. I think it'll make you feel really good inside and really happy. It's been a rough year. I know a lot of people are like, is this year over already? Like, how many more weeks in 2023 can we stand? At least us realtors are like that. We're like,
Yes.
I'm just ready for this to be over. So just to get put a little sprinkle, a little sunshine in your day to do something good
Yes.
for someone else, right?
This will be a great way to do it. Give and feel good. And I mean, I don't know. It'll be definitely fulfilling for to end the year strong in 2023 by giving and be fulfilled that way. So
And I
that's
also
great.
want to know why Liza's light is yellow and mine is bright.
I'm these lights are yellow, by the way.
I don't know what's
I don't
going
know
on
why in the
here.
next room it's white, but this is I have no I didn't bring my lighting
It
equipment.
looks like she has jaundice.
I don't know what to. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's yellow. So I'm like, this is how it is, guys. Y'all are gonna have to just take it in this way. All right, so that's our pretty much our whole list that we have to share for all the volunteers, websites, and how you can contribute, donate, or also for thrifting as well. Donate
Yeah.
items in that sense. So I will definitely share all of these links into the YouTube description when we do end our live stream. I think in the next section here that we have coming up is what to do, right, Melissa? What we can do for the holidays?
Unless you want to go into the numbers.
Yeah, we can do that.
The numbers, then we can end with the holidays.
Yeah, let's do that.
So before we hopped on this live, I called a trusted lender and I'm just like, hey, dude, are you ready for this year to be over? Yes. Give me like a snapshot of what happened during the year. There's a lot of talk about interest rates, especially right now. There's a lot of lenders saying, hey, if you're a home buyer and you've been waiting, we can get you under 7%. But he's basically telling us our average is around 7%. And with very competitive lending strategies, you can get it under 7. So I've always maintained my position to any client that I've talked to regarding home buying is not to wait. Who cares about the interest rate? Don't wait. Just buy within a range of what you can afford. And when the interest rates go down, just refinance your home to a lower interest rate. Um, the strategy, to me, that's the best one. Just go ahead and buy now, buy what you can afford. And you can always buy another house later, refinance. But the home prices across the board, yes, they may go down, but maybe not in the area that you're looking. So if you're thinking about waiting, I wouldn't do that. I don't know. That's just me. So talking about the interest rates, we're around 7 right now. Okay, averaging. The highest that we had this year was around mid-October, where we were over 8%. So that was really scary. I remember October being like, not only was it spooky Halloween, but it was spooky interest rates.
Right. Yes.
They were really scary. The lowest we've had in the year of 2023 was right around February, where we were dipping around 6.5%, in between, well, over 6 and under 6.5. And as far as like prediction wise, I think we're going to stay around the 7s going into 2024. And then the hope is that if inflation stays on the course that it's going, it is naturally for the feds to cut rates. So we're going to be hopefully, okay, where there's no crystal ball, looking at 6s to mid 6s again. Around late spring, early summer. Remember, guys, these are all predictions. We are not miracle workers, and we're not predictors. We're not. What is that guy, Nostradamus?
Yeah.
I'm not Nostradamus, girl.
We
Okay.
don't have a crystal ball in front of us, so we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. And I think, Melissa, I just want to talk a little bit about the buyer sentiment. So, I think that a bit of what the buyer, because I'm heavy on working with buyers, and the sentiment is like their mortgage is nearly double than what it could have been, and I think people are having a hard time mentally getting over that hurdle.
Right.
Like if there's a lot of resentment not having bought, a few years ago, right before all the inflation happened, and they're kicking themselves and they're upset, and they just can't get over that hump that this is the new reality now,
Right.
right? that mortgages are now double, and they're able to they're not able to afford what they could have, so it's now less, less house than what they could have bought. So having that conversation, right, with buyers, and or like a reality check, almost like, hey, this is what we have now, this is what we're looking at, um, based on, as far as making a decision, if you're wanting to buy now and take advantage of having that leverage and having that power of negotiating on a house that that seems to fit all the boxes almost, right? Because not every house fits all the boxes, and that's something to definitely explore, and make sure you understand what that payment looks like, what the taxes look like, and that you're able to do so even though, if you refinance in the future or not, because down as anticipated, then just make sure that the decision that you did make, it's still a comfortable
Affordable.
one for you, right? And it's affordable for you. And if they do lower, then that's great. It's great
It's
news
like
for
a
you,
bonus
right?
if
It's
it
a
goes
bonus.
down. Yeah.
You can definitely refinance. And if you don't, then at least you made the decision knowing that transparency and the expectations up front. Um,
Can I just say, like, in the spirit of being transparent and, you know, on the real estate side, sure, that's how we make a living, but for the most part, we're not just trying to sell you a house.
mhm,
We're trying to guide you in a sense, right? And you mentioned something. You said, some not as much house as they were able to get back
mhm,
back in in the past with the lower interest rates. It will always be little house. Some house is better than no house,
mhm.
right? So if you can get
Right.
yourself out of the renting phase, maybe it looks like you getting a smaller, like you said, a smaller house, or maybe a townhome, or maybe a 2 bedroom, and just having obtained a mortgage or securing real estate is always going to be the best path. So I always advocate for that. By the way, guys, if you're a first time buyer, we do have a lender that we work with, and most lenders know about this program. But there are some pockets, even in Austin and in the surrounding counties or neighborhoods, so to speak, that have been identified for a down payment assistance program with interest rates at 5.5%.
Yeah.
So not only you don't always have to go to a new construction community and pay, like, a really high price on a new construction home. You can also take advantage of that 5.5% interest rate in the neighborhoods that have been identified. If you're curious about that, call Liza, call me, and we can introduce those neighborhoods to you and see if we can't qualify you for a home in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, absolutely. There's great programs. Like I think also the other thing that a lot of buyers um, uh, don't seem to not, I guess, fully have the full picture of what's really going
Right.
on. Yes, interest rates now, as Melissa had mentioned, we're averaging about 7% now. But if you're looking in the new construction arena, right, a lot of builders are offering massive incentives. Like they're not at the 7% interest rate. They're going to be at either 5% or 6% or 6.5%, depending on the builder, depending on the incentives, because they've already also made arrangements beforehand to be able to provide these incentives to you, right?
Mhm.
And some builders even are willing to negotiate
Yeah.
on the price. So it really depends on what's important to you, right? What's important to bring less money to the table? Is a monthly payment important to you? Is the interest rate important to you? Maybe all three together, depending on what you can work out.
Yeah.
I say just negotiate and see what you can get. Now, on the resale side, again, with what Melissa mentioned, if it's in a specific area that these lenders are offering these incentives, that you can get them as low as 5.5%. If it's
Great,
out of that
great
area,
interest rate.
yeah, exactly. So if it's out of that area, more than likely you can expect at what the average interest rates have been at 7%. But just because you see that interest rate percent doesn't mean that that's all it is. It could be lower just depending on what you're looking for. New construction, is it a resale home? Are you looking in a specific area that has these special bonds, right? Or these special programs? So definitely ask a professional like a realtor, right? Like one of us, Melissa or myself, and we can help guide you. And I think more than anything, first time homebuyers need a lot of guidance and understanding what that means to buy in this market. So they know what they can get and they know what to expect as well. So I don't know, Melissa, what do you have on any
I
thoughts on
just
that?
say take advantage of the opportunities of the down payment assistance. If you want to see what's the catch,
Yeah.
there's more to it. Yes, it's free money, and it is forgivable after a certain time, but at least you get your foot in, right? So I think that's key.
Exactly. Understanding what your needs are, what you're trying to accomplish, and then having a professional next to you helping you see what that picture looks like. I think it's so important. So, just like at us as realtors, right? We sometimes need, as far as when we need to map out what structure we need, we do that too. We
Mhm.
go through that too. And I think that goes the same for first time home buyers and anybody else that's having a goal and they just don't know, they quite know how to get there. We can
Yeah.
help you with that. So, definitely reach out to us, and we'll also link our information in the YouTube description, so you can know how to get in contact with us, or on social media. We're also on there as well. You can message us.
Yeah, Liza has some pretty crazy Instagram reels. They're funny.
My stories are my reels. I know. I'm like, I have no filter sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, let's be funny, no, let's have fun. So yeah. Anyways, but I think that's important to know for sure on the interest rates, and I think on the listings. Melissa, did you pull up on the what we're looking at as far as the market goes? I'll
Um,
pull it up on my end, but if
yeah, can you put it on the screen? The one you pulled up from Redfin, I think.
okay, let's pull up what. So we have economists out there, right? We have these other companies that will try to give their predictions as well. And I think I pulled one up from Redfin, and let me share that real quick. Hold on a second. As far as indicators go, now again,
It's just
again, let
predictions.
me let me preface this. This is
Yeah.
in no way saying that this is what's going to happen. All right.
Hmm.
I want to be very, very crystal clear that these are indicators. It is not what's going to happen. It's they what folks do is they take an analysis of everything that has happened, what what may happen with the feds as well, that may be directly or indirectly, correlated with interest rates and the market. So let me share this screen.
And that's including like guys like when you're on social media and you see realtors or lenders or people in the industry, like we all have kind of like our own opinion on things, so don't take solid anything that's future predicted, because yes, it's an idea, it's like you say, economist predictions, but it's not necessarily set in stone. So
Exactly.
take that
Nothing is set in stone. And don't like, yeah, don't be just because you heard some random person on a social media video that you saw, like, oh, this is what's going to happen. No, guys, there's no way of knowing what's really going to happen. All you can do is pay attention to these indicators.
with.
And especially if you're right at the cusp of making a decision, you definitely want to pay attention to these indicators. But also, I mean, this is what's really, I guess, have been problematic for a lot of buyers is they're waiting on making a decision because they just don't know what's going to happen. Well,
Yeah.
maybe this can enlighten you a bit. So according to Redfin, on 2024, as far as predictions go, what could potentially happen, I'm going to go to prediction number one. They're predicting that home prices will fall by 1%. What do you think as far as what we're seeing in the market, Melissa? Do you think this is very probable?
I have a love hate with this prediction.
Yeah. No,
you know
1%, 1%, like let's say on a $500,000 home, that's 5,000. Is it probable that home prices will fall next
I'm
year?
I'm already pricing my houses lower and have been since September.
Yeah.
Lower than I would have gone. Like if I had a conversation with a seller in the summer and then they called me in August and say we're going to be listing in September, October, the conversation changed. Like, oh, and by the way, the houses in your neighborhood, they've all dropped by 10%.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's going to depend on neighborhood, timing. Yes, sometimes times of the year. I will always say this. I feel like Austin, the metro area, is a specific bubble beast. Like it's
Yeah.
its own. Like we don't always adhere to the national standards. But I do have a love and hate relationship with this. Home prices will fall because I think they already have fallen, and I think that the comps, if you're going to list your house, I used to do like 90-day comp, 60 days. I'm
Mhm.
like at 30 days or less. Like
Yeah.
what is the most recent house that sold that is close to criteria as yours in square footage, 1 story, 2 story, looks almost the same, with a few differences. And I just say that sold house is your best comp. Like even though the one that sold 2 months ago was like, 15K more, I don't even count that anymore.
Mhm.
So that's my thoughts on this. Yes, they were probably going to fall, but if you just already know that now, you can already like get over that part, right?
Right. And
It's
this
what you do with your home that's going
it's
to
in
sell.
general, like some like I think also the misconception is that any house that's on the market right now is going to fall by 1%. And that's incorrect, right? Because some realtors and agents out there are already pricing this. They're already taking this into according to what the
They're taking it into consideration. And I
consideration.
will say the most successful listings right now are listing literally at or just below market. They're selling fast because they're
Selling,
like,
yeah.
the
And
buyers are smart, man. They're like, that's a deal. I'm gonna buy that house.
so I have a buyer from El Paso that's looking to buy here in the Pflugerville Round Rock area, and we've been looking at houses. And when she had sent me a house that she wanted to take a look at, and I'm looking at that price, and I'm like, that's a darn good price for that house in the area. And I look at it, and I already knew it. It said multiple offers, deadline by Thursday. And I'm like, see, like when you price it right, like especially at the price that she was looking, I was like, yeah, there's no way that's going to stay on the market that long. So pricing accordingly is very, very important. So again, this doesn't go for all homes. If you price, if there's a house out there that seems to be priced right, it could probably stay on the market for a little bit, and buyers may try to negotiate it. But if it's priced really good, you're gonna get a lot of
Yeah.
offers on that particular home.
Yeah.
But I think this is the 1% that home prices will fall 1%. I think that's very probable. And it just depends, right, where it's priced at according to relative to all the other homes on the market. So it just depends. I'm going to keep scrolling down here. Oh, and this is again another what do you call it, indicator, like a chart indicator of what they expect to happen for 2024. So it's interesting because here we have what the year over year change in median price for the existing
Mhm.
homes. And then here's the drop into the second quarter and also third quarter. So that's interesting. So we're definitely, I don't know if this is waiting on what the reports, the CPI reports will
Yeah.
be. So that's probably contingent on that to see if this is going to kind of follow the same trajectory.
Yeah.
Now, here's prediction number 2. New listings will tick up. And I'm going to say this has already happened. There's
Yes.
already a lot of listings that are hitting the market. People that are needing to sell, interested in
Mhm.
selling. There's a lot of movement going on. People that are moving out of state, people that are moving jobs, right? There's
Mhm.
just so many things that I'm already seeing this now. What about you, Melissa?
I'm totally seeing this, guys. So, with that, making your house shine from the others has everything to do with our prediction number 1 in terms of the conversation with pricing it right. And then you can't just turn the light switch on and put your listing up, right? So,
Mm-mm.
yes, I do believe there'll be a lot of new listings, and you're really going to have to go above and beyond to get your home to be noticed and to shine and to bring the buyer in, not just price. But I do already see the listings going up. Um,
It's
so
already happening. Yeah. It's funny. It's a prediction, but it's already happening. It's already
yeah,
happening. I see that already. All these listings coming up, people needing to sell. So here's prediction number 3. Home sales will increase and end the year up 5%. So that's
I love that prediction. I hope it comes true.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, they've been stagnant this
Yeah,
year. It's been rough for a lot of sellers. And also especially with the shock, they're pricing accordingly. I don't know if you saw this too, Melissa, but they're pricing according to what comps suggested within the 2-month range, and still be shocked that they've had to drop the price about, I want to say, an average of 10%, which was one of the indicators at the beginning of 2023. I want to say at the end of 2022, a lot of economists were saying that home prices will be 5 to 10% less.
well, they were right on that 10%,
And
weren't
we're
they?
right at that. So again, there's no way of telling until we get through it, and then we're like now comparing. But yeah, that's really what had happened. And some folks, even as and just from speaking of experience, I've had some that have tried to sell their house, and they weren't quite happy with what offers were generated off of just listing it right, even listing it right, and they decided to just lease their property,
Yeah,
hold on to just leasing it for maybe a year or two. And because their thought process is, I'll just sell it for what I wanted to begin with. So I'll just
yeah,
might as well lease it for a year or two. So expect to see that as well. Some folks that don't need to sell, they wanted to sell to see if they could get what they what comp supported. It's not nothing outrageous either, but what comp supported. And then when they weren't seeing what they were, they weren't getting what they wanted, then they're like, you know what, I'll just lease it.
Also, that for a seller, like that's a gamble you take. Like
Yeah,
if you decide to pull your house off the market because you're not happy with your sales price or the contract prices that are coming to you, bear in mind that next year you may wish you took that offer.
exactly. Yeah.
You just really never know. Like you may be like, dang, should have taken that offer. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to put another year of wear and tear and holding costs and extra taxes and, be a landlord for a year, like maybe you just bite the bullet now and just a sure thing is what you have in front of you today. If you have a viable and a good buyer right in front of you with a fair market price and you don't need to hold it for the year and gamble if you're not that type of person, like just go ahead and pull the band-aid off and just do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know, right? It's, and I get it. I think I can see what the decision fatigue, right? A lot of what people are experiencing right now, just too many decisions to make and they just don't know and they're just fatigued by that. So I completely understand, but hopefully this will help you if you guys are watching this now. Help hopefully ease on that making a decision with confidence. And again, going to this as far as sales, and I think a lot of it would be due to maybe the interest rates, which is something that we're going to next for 2024. Home sales will rise in 2024, but why is that, right? Because here into the next one.
Everything is controlled by that interest rate. What's good for the buyer is good for the seller, right?
Exactly.
If you got
So,
your buyer net gets wider because the interest rates got lower,
yep.
guess what? That's good for a seller too. So it's good for everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, interest rates, gosh, a 1% difference in interest rate, it's a significant impact on your monthly mortgage. Let
Yeah.
me tell you that because, I mean, property taxes are already super high.
Yeah.
So, for most areas here in Austin, the greater Austin area, they're extremely high.
Yeah.
So, having this mortgage rates to steadily decline,
Hmm.
but remain above 6%, I think people are like, I'll take that over 7.5, 7.25% interest rate. So this is definitely something that is already very attracting. And I want to say that in the beginning of 2024, if buyers can still maintain that leverage of being able to negotiate maybe a lower price, or maybe for the seller to help buy down that interest rate even a little bit more, I think that's a win-win for the seller and the buyer overall. What do you think, Melissa?
Yeah, I do agree. I think what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Is that what the
Yeah.
saying goes? I don't know.
I don't,
And also,
I don't know. That's why I don't say it because I don't,
I don't know. I
I'll
hope I
watch
said
it.
it right.
I will say it wrong, but I know what you mean.
But y'all, let me tell you, like seriously, I mean, I lost my train of thought because I'm thinking about goose or gander. But okay, I was gonna say newsflash. When I started in real estate and Liza was right there with me, we were putting first time home buyers in homes at 6.5% and 7%,
Yeah.
no sweat.
Yeah.
And they were just fine with it because that just was the norm. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
So I, sure, everybody wants 5 or below, but it was no problem, 10-ish years ago, to
Exactly.
do a first time home buyer 6.5 or 7%. So if the rates are where they're, it's a good time to buy, is all I'm saying, with this current interest rate.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think it's right. I want to say it's getting back to where it should have been to begin with. I want to say one of the predictions back for 2020 or 2021 was that interest rates should have been at 5%, and it just didn't go that way. It went the other, it went down, and it just causes frenzy. And I think a lot of here, I don't quite know how to feel about this statement that a lot of people are making, because I'm a bit indifferent on it, but a lot of people are suggesting that if interest rates do go lower, that
Mhm.
the prices will increase dramatically, that another 2021 will happen, 2020, 2021.
God, I hope not, because I want
I
people
just,
when they buy homes. I don't want,
yeah, I
especially
don't,
first time home buyers. Like, I'm sorry, they may not have
no,
an extra 10 grand to throw at a seller. So I hope for the buyer's sake that it doesn't go crazy.
yeah. And I personally don't think that will happen. Everything else, like, I'm telling you, I've said this many, many times again. Everything else is expensive too. Going out to eat, having fun, living that lifestyle. I mean, everything has ticked up in price. It's just, I just don't think, I don't see that happening, even if interest rates do lower. And, if you look at these words carefully, steadily, right? Steadily decline. Maybe that,
Other keywords are
yeah,
using.
if you pay attention to the
Yeah.
keywords, there's probably a reason they will do that. It's needed to give buyers that relief, right?
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of power in negotiation and leverage for the buyers now, but man, this relief is needed so much
I
right
like the word that they use because I use that. They're saying well above pandemic
now.
era
Yeah,
lows. And I
yeah,
always call it the pandemic real estate. And I
yes,
always say we're not in pandemic real estate again, and we never
mhm,
will unless there's another global outbreak of something.
exactly.
It'll never be that again. So
That
don't
was
wait
just
for that.
that was
That's
a cray
done
cray
that with it.
year. Yeah, and I hope it stays like not here anymore, like be gone. Like I think we need a healthy market between interest rates, buyers being able to buy, sellers being able to sell. It's just
Yeah.
been wonky for the
I
past few
love
years.
I love those years of like the house hit the market. Your seller
Mhm.
didn't anticipate anything for 30 days or so. The
No,
buyer would
that's
come in
so
and
normal.
they would write a contract, we call a clean contract. They would write it for the sales price. They would
Yep,
ask for a home warranty, sometimes $1,000 or two in closing
yep,
costs, and you would close in 30 days and everybody was happy.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Those
that was
days are so gone.
it was like you can expect a good healthy 60, I want to say 45 to 60 days would be
Sitting
like
on the market.
awesome. Yeah, would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and also you need another 30 days if the buyer is financing the loan. So you can expect a good, I want to say 60 to 90 days of everything to be on the market, turned around, buyer financing or whatever, then you're done, right? Good 3 months, a good 2 to 3 months, right? But now it's like, and then when the pandemic hit, it was like, well, after the
Topsy
pandemic, right?
turvy. Everything went crazy.
Everything went crazy. And then again, getting back to what are the expectations, right? Because the expectations weren't being met, and now we're getting back to that again. So we're getting back into that pre-pandemic stage on what it used to be like being on the market. So I don't know. I think these predictions for Redfin, I think they seem very probable. And it seems to also line up with what other lenders are saying, even our good lender friend.
Yeah.
He's saying to, again, we
Whose name shall not be mentioned because he doesn't have a camera, so he can't come on our live.
I know, right? We're like, man, what did you say, Melissa? We're in
I
2023.
said, dude, jump into the 21st century, dude, and get a camera on your computer. Come on now. He can't even join our live because name we shall not mention.
Yeah, we shall not
Lender.
mention his name.
He may or may not have been on our live before,
Yeah.
maybe when he had a working camera.
I know, right? Oh my God. He's gonna look at this. He's gonna be like, so he's like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna get it. This will be the live stream that will make him get a camera so he
Yeah.
can join part of our live streams and be part of the conversation.
All right.
But yeah, I think I'm this prediction here that Redfin has to say. I don't know.
I think it's pretty. I think it's
we shall
very
see.
conservative, and I'm in alignment with hopeful that
Yeah,
it's consistent. We shall
exactly.
see. Maybe by this time next year, we'll be talking it's BS and they're
Yeah,
crazy. And
yeah.
look what happened. Who knows, right?
Exactly. I don't know. I think it'll be crazy what's to come for 2024, and I don't know.
Well, now
I think
let's
that
jump into how we could lighten up the mood
yeah, let's
for
lighten up the mood for sure. Let's get in
before we
there.
leave, guys, because I know we have a few minutes. So
Yeah, we do. We have a few minutes left, so let's get into it.
I pulled up Austin events calendar. This is going into from December to January. So if you're an Austin native, you know probably about all these things. If you're new to Austin, here are some things you can do. And honestly, a quick Google search or an Instagram topic, you'll find everything you need. And I tend to repost on my Instagram things to do in Austin, places to eat in Austin, best happy hours in Austin. I always try to share from the accounts that are in the know because I always feel like I'm out of the know. Like I'm going to be going to one of these I'll be going to, which is the ballet to see the Nutcracker. And my friend and I are like, where do we go eat? Like, I'm so out of the loop. So sometimes I do rely on people that are, feet on the ground in these restaurants and say, hey, this is a good place to go eat before a show. So anyway, let's jump into it. All right. So All right, if you haven't already been, this is one of my favorite. I love this coffee shop, but they do an amazing light show, guys. If you haven't been, see if you can get a ticket. I think they extended it into January, so maybe you'll have success going to the show. So it's been uh, like a holiday light show through from it always runs from November. It used to be until December, and now they're going to go all the way to January 6th, and that's a Mozart's light show on Lake Austin, guys. Awesome. Have you been to this, Liza?
I have been to it, I want to say twice, and it's
It's
fantastic.
awesome.
I don't even know. You know what? Let me see if I can share. I pulled it up quickly. See if I got the right one here. The Mozart's annual holiday light show. So,
Yes, it's
hey,
awesome, guys.
by the way, this was not a thing back
But
then.
you just walked in. You didn't have to buy a
Yeah,
ticket like
that's what
today.
I did. I didn't know you had to reserve a table. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It's
and if you
different
can't
right
get in
now.
this year, guys, try to get in next year, and just make it a. You have to plan it out. You have to get there early, get your parking, carpool. Apparently now you have to do all this rigmarole. What is all this? Oh, it's a whole market thing now.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be all this. So that's one thing. But it's worth it, guys, to at least do it once. If you get a chance to do it once, I would do it. And then there's also a pop up cocktail bar that serves holiday cocktails, nostalgic ish feeling. The wall to wall Christmas decor, multiple bars and Christmas spirits, and it's at the Eleanor, and they call it Miracle on Fifth Street, and that'll run until December 28th.
Let me
And
pull that one. Miracle on Fifth Street, you said?
huh,
Is it this one here? Miracle on Fifth Street?
mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, isn't that cool? And
Yeah.
then the next one we have is the Blue Genie Art Bazaar. This has been longstanding for a long time. This is a way to support local artists, guys, in the city with real kitschy fun stuff. It's called the Blue Genie Art Bazaar, and it's been an Austin staple for quite a while. This one runs until Christmas Eve. So if
Yeah.
you're last minute, yep, you can browse through original works from various artists, um, hassle-free holiday gifts from local artists.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I love
Isn't that cute?
this. This is a
Isn't
good
that
way to
cute?
like get if you need what was the thing that Elisa said? Stocking stuffers. I don't think this would be a stocking stuffer, but if you're needing ideas, this would be a great way to support local businesses and then have some fun doing so. So
Right. And also like very unique Christmas items, especially for Austin centric things.
yeah.
Like, it's just it's a cool bazaar. I also love, guys, the Peppermint Parkway that's at the Circuit of the Americas. That is actually going to run, it's running now until December 30th,
I'll pull it up too.
and you can drive through it, and I heard it's very, very cool.
Oh my God. This looks awesome. Look at that. Look
Look
how
at that.
interactive that is. I love that.
And you can drive through it. So you can just, pack some sandwiches, put your kids in the car, make sure everybody's gone to potty, and before you get in the car and go have some fun.
This is fun. I
Isn't that
love
cute?
this.
I think I'm going to do that with my granddaughter this year. That one looks
I
fun.
think so too. This would be very fun. I also saw that they were setting up the Troll of Lights at Zilker. Did
Yeah.
you see that? Now I don't know if they had it last year, but I went canoeing.
Oh,
I went
fun.
canoeing. It was yesterday, or I think the day before yesterday, and I saw their setup, and I was like, this looks awesome. They're bringing it back. I don't know if they had it last year because I didn't go last year, but it
I
looked
don't know. I think last year you could drive through it again. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
So this next one here, guys, I love, and Liza and I used to do this as a tradition, and maybe we'll do it next year because I will be out of the country on Christmas this year. But the Driscoll Grand Lobby tree, if
Oh,
you want to take like a quick cell phone, like go now for a Christmas card and do a last minute Christmas card, or maybe like an Instagram moment. The Driscoll Grand Lobby tree is beautiful, and it's a fun place to brunch because Liza and I used to do it every Christmas
yes.
Eve. It's just a beautiful historic hotel.
Mhm.
Rumor has it they're haunted, but I'm going to tell you guys, it is beautiful, and it is a great photo op. And I think they have a little bench there, and people, it's a
Yes.
known thing to do in Austin, right?
Yes, yes. And you know what's really cool? Like if you really want to add that touch to it, like go to the 1886 bakery, cafe and bakery. Oh my God. Their croissants and their oh my God, the
Oh my
orange
God.
toast are so good. Just get yourself a coffee, a croissant, chill by the tree. It's such a
Mhm.
really neat experience. And if you want to eat a meal, you can do that too. But I love eating. Well, you know how I am, Melissa. I love eating my little pastry with my coffee, and I like looking at the tree and feeling all giddy about the holidays. So this is
It's
if you want
so
to
cute.
experience that. It's so cute, so
You
good.
want a fancy brunch for
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, that's a cool place to
Yeah.
go, and a lot of people do it.
Yes. Definitely
So
so.
the next one here is Ballet Austin's The Nutcracker. So I'll be going to that next week with a friend. I think they may be sold out, but you might be able to find some people selling their tickets online. Um, but they have it every year. I think this is the 61st annual performance of the Nutcracker, and it's the students and professional ballet dancers from Ballet Austin. So
Oh,
it
nice.
is. You can make it super elegant if you want, or just go casual. And it's held at the Long Center.
Awesome. Yeah. I been to the have you been, Melissa? You said you bought your
Yes,
tickets already? I've only
I
been one time and I would love to go again.
yeah.
Um, you know
Oh,
one
so my friend Debbie's daughter is a performer in the ballet.
Oh
Also,
my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, so you have to support for sure.
so
That'd be
cute.
even better, right? Like you're like now cheering someone on and supporting
It's
them.
really cool. I know a ballerina, a real
Oh,
ballerina.
that's so cute. You know, what is that show? Oh my God. Okay, my dyslexia sometimes. I want to say, what is it called? Transatlantic? No.
Oh, Tribarian Orchestra.
Right. Yes. I sometimes I want to say Transylvania. Don't make fun of me. Yes. The orchestra. Oh my God. I want
I
to
want to
go.
do that one day.
I want to do that. I've gone, I want to say a couple times back, like in 2012 or 2013, and I haven't been since then, and I miss it. So I definitely want to go check that out. And there was something else. Was there another thing, Melissa?
I just have a couple more
Okay.
downtown holiday stroll. So this is just like for vibes, right? So if you
Mhm.
want to go, it's on Congress Avenue between 9th Street and 11th Street. It's just really pretty. They light up all of Congress. It's good for family friendly thing to do. Take a stroll. There will be like I think this is already passed. So this is
Has
once a
it?
year. Yeah, it's the beginning of December. I think it was like last week. So that's already gone. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
And then there is, let me see. Okay, we talked about this briefly. The Trail of Lights, and that'll run until December 23rd.
Yeah.
And they are having their 58th annual. They always say arrive early.
Yes,
You have
definitely
to
arrive
get a
early.
dash pass. So go online to austintrailoflights.org, so you can get your general admission. And it's, you guys, if there's a staple of a thing to do in Austin, whether you've lived here, you just moved here, or you have family coming, like this is it right here.
Yep,
The Zoker Park, Austin Trail of Lights, and that big pretty Christmas tree at the park. It's like the thing, right?
it is.
Um, the only other thing I have is the Armadillo Christmas Bazaar at the Palmer Event Center. I think they've done this for 45 years in Austin, guys. 45 years. So, yeah,
Dang.
this one runs until the 23rd of December. And
Very-
if you go there, guys, to the Palmer Event Center, they've got the live music, which is a super awesome thing to do. So if you're out and you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet, I would totally go to this to get your live music, sights of the city. There's lots of art, and curated artists, obviously, but all types of things to do and things to buy for your family or friends for Christmas.
I
So
love that. I love all these ideas. Very, very Austin-y, very supporting local, very
yeah,
festive. I love all of these suggestions that you had to give, Melissa. They're great suggestions. I'm actually gonna go to this one. This one sounds interesting, and also
this
the
is right up
beginning.
your alley.
Yeah, 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 girl.
She's like, did you say
I
live
love it.
music and beer? She's there.
Yes, I'm there. Like I'm there, girl. I'm there. So this definitely sounds like something fun to do. And you get to knock out all your Christmas shopping here while you're having fun, while you're listening to live music. I mean, come on, make it an event, guys. I'm all about making it an experience. So this
Exactly.
is a good suggestion, Melissa. I love it.
I think we're out of time, guys. It's been
Oh,
a
we
year.
are. Oh my gosh, I know. Oh my gosh, a year has flown by. 2023 is almost over, guys. So make the best of it. Volunteer, fulfill your soul, give, and have fun doing so. So,
Do
other
some
than that,
Austin
yeah,
things, guys. Do something
yeah,
Austin-y. Like go out
yeah.
and see the sights and be an Austin night for a day.
I love doing that. Oh my, it's so corny and cheesy, but I love being like a tourist in the city that we live in. Is that weird?
Here's some
I
ways
love
to
doing
do
that.
it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and you have fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love doing that. But yeah, if you have any more questions, guys, about any of the holiday stuff to do, or ways that you can volunteer, donate, or contribute, or if you had questions about the market, please don't hesitate to
Yeah.
contact us. We are here to help you. This is why we do the live streams every month. And we're cool people too. So
I
connect
think
with
we're pretty
us.
cool,
I
right?
think so, girl. I think so. I think.
I'm looking forward to 2024, guys. We have some cool things in store. We'll be having guests come on, guest hosts. We're trying to be very intentional about our guest hosts, so that way we're able to offer you entertainment and knowledge, and just be able to provide you something through the live and have fun with us. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I just hope that we continue to grow the audience. And please give us feedback on things you want us to talk about, because that's why we're here.
Exactly. And well said, Melissa. I have nothing else to add to that. But other than that, guys, again, we are ATX Homegirls and we are out. I'm ending the live